Hi, I'm John Weeks, and this is the Standards Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, another Amazon Prime paywall. But first, there's fresh hope that dementia could be predicted up to 15 years before diagnosis, thanks to a blood test that looks for changes in certain proteins.
We look at the specific quantity of, say, around 1,500 proteins. And when you look at the quantity, basically, say normal people and people at the risk of dementia, they have a difference between the quantity of protein.
Professor Jianfeng Feng, an expert in computer science at Warwick University, worked on the study and said they identified 11 proteins that are highly accurate at predicting future dementia. These proteins found in blood plasma are effectively markers for the biological changes that happen in people who have dementia or Alzheimer's disease. Using AI, the team has developed a test to identify these specific proteins. Professor Fenn said the test could be seamlessly integrated into the NHS and used as a screening tool by GPs, but told us at the moment, cost is a barrier.
For example, a single protein could cost us a few £100 to one single protein. We have 10 proteins, so that could be a few hundred quid at least, say, to be used in NHS.
Jianfeng told us they have been in conversations with a company to cut costs down to £100 to test for all of the proteins, which he said would be more feasible on the NHS. A new spacesuit designed for NASA has passed a microgravity test. The suit, developed by Collins Aerospace, was tested aboard a commercial microgravity aircraft. During the flight, the pilot created weightless conditions for around 20 seconds at a time by conducting a series of roller coaster-like maneuvers to test whether the wearer can move around in microgravity. The next steps for the suit, which is planned to replace NASA's current stock, include testing it in a vacuum chamber, as well as a spacewalk test at the agency's Neutral Buoyancy Lab, a 40-foot deep pool at NASA's Johnston Space Center in Houston. Now, Amazon Prime has reportedly put Dolby Vision and Atmos behind a paywall for customers in the US. According to The Verge, an Amazon spokesperson confirmed that the higher sound and image options are now only available on the ad-free version of Prime on relevant titles. It's after the website 4K Filmy discovered that their smart TVs from Sony, LG and Samsung were now displaying Prime content in lower quality. Now, gold. It was once the most valuable substance on the planet, traded worldwide, stolen by pirates, and was first used by ancient Egyptians around 5000 BC to make coins, jewelry, and coffins to honor pharaohs. But despite our thousands of years' relationship with the metal, we're still learning about it today. A team of scientists have discovered that under extreme temperatures, the precious metal did something they weren't expecting. Using the highest resolution X-ray machines available in the world, they found that the gold actually stopped melting and instead became harder and stronger past a certain heat threshold. They then found that ever-increasing amounts of heat were needed to bring the gold back to melting point. And researchers say the discovery is set to have wide-ranging implications for technology and industry. A UN report suggests the world's migratory species, animals such as turtles, whales, elephants, and wildcats, are under threat. It found that over-exploitation is the greatest threat for many migratory species, surpassing habitat loss and fragmentation. That includes things like hunting and fishing, as well as the animals caught in fishing nets like turtles and dolphins, also known as bycatch. The report said that efforts need to be stepped up to address unsustainable and illegal taking of migratory species, and said that bycatch and other incidental capture must be massively reduced. Coming up, why archaeologists are getting all excited about a 1,700-year-old egg. Stay up to date with the latest tech and science news. Hit follow during the break. Welcome back. A plant-based diet has been linked with improved sexual health among prostate cancer patients. Researchers in the US said eating less meat and dairy But having more fruits, vegetables, nuts and grains is associated with a reduction in the common side effects seen in prostate cancer patients, including erectile dysfunction and loss of bladder control. The study found that men who ate the most plant-based products scored better in measures of sexual function compared with the group that consumed the least. Researchers said the findings challenged the misconception that eating meat boosts sexual function in men. Budding scientists of the UK, listen up! UK and EU science chiefs are urging British researchers and businesses to apply for funding for their work through the Horizon Research Programme. It's an £80 billion pot of cash designed to help boost scientific breakthroughs. Grants are worth on average £450,000 and are open to those in the UK and the EU. Some UK firms are already benefiting from Horizon funding, including Nova Innovation, whose consortium won more than £17 million to develop tidal energy in Orkney. And finally, scientists are getting all giddy about a new discovery made during a dig of a Roman site near Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire: a chicken egg. But it's not just any chicken egg. This one is 1,700 years old and crucially still contains some liquid. The scanners found it contains a white and a yolk, meaning it could be the only intact egg from that period. Plans are now in place to find a way to extract the liquid inside without breaking the delicate shell. But archaeologists say they want to secure the long-term future of the egg and its research potential. You're up to date. Come back at 4 o'clock and search for the Standard Podcast for the latest news and analysis. We will be back tomorrow afternoon at 1. See you then.